Welcome to the channel. We have a special NFT project to talk about today. It is called For Me Monster Society. But before I start, I want to mention that I'm not a financial advisor, so please make sure to do your own due diligence before investing and do not invest more than you're willing to lose. With that said, let's get right into the video. The website is thefms.io. I'm going to put the link of it in the description below. You can go check it out from there. Now, this is a very unique project that we're going to do a review of today. Now, the first impression that you get is a really funky colored monsters that have come into existence, and the whole idea involves around a very well developed and implemented project. I'm going to go in great detail and look at the roadmap that they have developed. I'm going to go in detail and show you what other things are available for the For Me Monster Society, and the next ship is going to be launched in 32 days. So if you missed the first ship, you can always get on the second ship that's coming in the next month. Now guys, they're available on OpenSea as well, which we're going to look in detail. Before I do that, I want to give you a background about what these monsters are about. In 1982, they crashed to the earth after escaping a tyrannical artificial intelligence that had taken over their home planet of Monstopia. Since then, they have been fixing the spaceship with absorbing popular culture on Earth. They found their true selves while living among humans and have spent the past 40 years enjoying Earth's diverse cultures while preparing their craft with the aim of returning to Monstopia and saving other monsters. They've fallen in love with this planet and their ship is finally ready, and they're planning to take their first rescue mission to save Chester's species, the Brutes, before returning for at least 2 more trips to save Lewis and Hoog's species too. These are different tribes that they've developed, and they only have enough room to save 3,333 monsters each trip and need the help of humans to give these rescued monsters a home. And obviously, will you help? I love the fact that they've developed a story behind the NFT, and obviously one of the most unique elements that you got to keep in mind when you're thinking about investing in an NFT is the fact that it needs to have some sort of background. It needs to have some sort of backbone to develop, and these guys have actually developed something which is very interesting, and obviously the team is very interesting. I'm going to look at the roadmap, and the roadmap I feel is one of the best roadmaps that I've come across, and at least 50% of the roadmap has already been implemented, and the strategy that they have actually used in creating and implementing and executing is absolutely brilliant. We'll look at the full roadmap and I'll show you the breakdown of what they've been doing and how they've been doing it. Now, I love their roadmap. Their roadmap actually tells a story from the perspective of the monsters, and the way they've developed the roadmap is very unique. Now, they say that in 1982 we escaped from our home planet Monstopia and crashed on Earth in England. We met a young boy and learned about your ways. It's here on Earth that we truly found ourselves and began unlocking the power of gratitude, self-confidence, and positive thinking. These are the elements that they're bringing in. Obviously, getting an NFT, you will feel that these elements actually exist in the monsters, and these NFTs actually bring that out. It became our aim to help others find their true potentials through these traits, and we have launched a clothing brand called For Me. The logo is written backwards, serving as a reminder to the wearer every time they look in the mirror, they know who they're living their life for. It is for the wearer, not the crowd. When you do a positive thing, you get a positive result, and For Me helped us earn enough money to rebuild our ship. Now, obviously, the whole idea is developed around these monsters, and I love the fact that they've brought a lot of traits such as gratitude and self-confidence and positive thinking. The developer, the artist, is the main individual behind it, which we'll look in a second. And the way they have developed it and the way they've instilled these traits into the monsters and instilled these traits into the whole project is absolutely brilliant. Now, when you go to the first 40, it's been 40 years since we crashed. During that time, we've grown to love this planet, and that's why we wanted to celebrate the milestone by dropping our first batch of just 40 NFTs, all paying tributes to the people who have helped us become who we are today. This isn't just a celebration, though. We're on a mission. We need to save our fellow monsters back in Monsterverse from the tyrannical AI that's taken over. That is where we need your help. We've been rebuilding our ship and it's finally ready. It's time to save as many monsters from our home planet as possible. Now, obviously the 40 NFTs were the initial 40 NFTs that were dropped, and now they're moving forward. I'm going to show you on OpenSea, which they're available. They have an account on OpenSea and a lot of people are interested in this particular NFT. The story, now we've shown ourselves to the world, we can tell you our story. There's a lot to digest and we'll be releasing chapters on a regular basis while we fix the last few things on the ship. So as you can see, the way the strategy is created and the way the strategy has been executed by the developers is absolutely brilliant. There is a storyline to it. They're developing things one step at a time, and obviously when you develop a strategy and execute it in this manner, this particular NFT then gets that potential to actually make it really big. We need as much help as possible, and that means reaching as many humans as we can. And that is why we've been drawing away, and we have ebooks, comics, animations, and even a short movie trailer to share in our Discord and across Twitter. So get ready for a roller coaster ride of emotions when we share a history, how Monsterverse was conquered by the evil AI, and how us three met before escaping. So these are the main individuals behind it, the main three monsters, and obviously all three monsters actually have a tribe. So on May 19th, they'll be launching the ship on its trip back to Monstopia, and we have enough space to save 3,333 monsters. So basically there's 3,333 NFTs which are available for grabs. So this time we can only save Chester's race, the Brutes. But if we survive, we'll return for Lewis and Hugo's kind as well. So this time, Chester's race, the Brutes are going to come out. And obviously those will be launched as NFTs for grabs. So this is something that you guys going to keep in mind, that every time a new chapter comes and every time a new race comes for that particular monster, there will be a whole project behind it, a whole idea, a whole story behind it as well. All these monsters will need a new home, and that is why we need your help. You have to give these guys a home, and we can get back into space and save more monsters. The quicker we find them a home, the sooner we will get back to Monstopia. I have never come across an NFT of this manner, the way they've developed the idea, the way that they are not talking about NFTs, but they're talking about finding a home for these monsters and actually emotionally connecting you to it. And I feel that really brings out something very interesting in the project and actually gives life to the project. It gives soul to the project, and a project with soul is a project of obviously success. When we return, we'll save Hugo's race, the Gorms. We will only have enough space and fuel to carry another 3,333 monsters with their unique traits, and there will be time between rescues for us to tell you Hugo's story and the history of the Gorms before we head back to the Monsterverse. So stay tuned, because this is not a story that you can miss. And obviously, as you can sense, the way this project is going, you will see more comic books, you will see more animations, more stories that will come for each one of these monsters. So once the mission is completed, if we're still alive after our second rescue mission, it'll be time for our final trip for now. This time we'll be saving Lewis's race, the creators who built the AI in the first place. Some monsters say the AI war is all their fault, but you can judge for yourself as we share Lewis's story and the history of the creators. It doesn't matter now anyways, all that matters is the rescue. So as you can see, they have a strategy of how they will take the story, how they will develop the story, how they'll take this NFT and actually develop and build it step by step. And obviously building in such a manner actually creates something very unique. Now, the unique element actually comes even further. There's a very special monster on Monstopia, they say, who is on the verge of extinction, and we know where the AI is keeping their eggs. And that is why we're going to try and steal 1,000 eggs and bring them back to Earth and hatch them. These are very special creatures. They're very rare because they only hatch when all of Monstopia's 3 tribes are together. These eggs will need a home, and we want as many humans as possible to rehome all 3 species, the Brutes, the Gorms, and the creators, so they can automatically adapt an egg and incubate it. The eggs won't hatch unless all 3 species are together. If we can pull this off, it will be the most dangerous mission of the lot. We will save an entire species. So obviously, as you can see, once all three of the tribes come together, once all three NFTs are launched, then 1,000 eggs will actually be brought forward from the creators, which are obviously unique NFTs in themselves, which will hold a lot of meaning as well. So this is a very unique way that they're developing a lot of things, and they're putting a lot of things together. So they say, in the new world, if we survive all this, we'll pull off an incredible feat and have more than 10,000 our fellow monsters back on Earth. We can't all stay together though, and so we'll need a new world, a digital world. We'll create a Monsterverse Vault version MVV. So where our new communities of humans can stake their monsters NFTs in the MVV and earn smiley coins every day. Once we've generated enough smiley coins in the MVV, we will launch smileys as our currency, so all our monsters can earn their own money and spend it on the MVV. A percentage of each transaction will be burned towards a community pot to help any monsters who need it. So obviously there's a metaverse, there's a Web 3.0 that's coming in. They're obviously have a strategy how they'll be launching it, and they have a currency that'll come as well with it. So there is going to be a complete takeover, as you can say, once these monsters are rescued. They say that once we're rescued, our monsters will be all over the place, raising awareness for our causes, for the remaining monsters who need saving. There's strength in numbers, with more than 10,000 monsters on planet Earth, people will have to listen to us. We'll be everywhere, TVs to movies, newspapers, magazines, and you won't be able to avoid us and our message. The more support, the better, and we'll be rewarding every adopter who helped us from the beginning. So ready for a call. So as you can see, the strategy the team has implemented is absolutely brilliant. It's very clear. You know exactly where they're going, how they're going, and what they're going to do, and how they're going to do it. So bringing all of this together is an incredible team. And I personally feel that if you want to look at a successful NFT, you got to look at who are the individuals behind the team. The main person is the artist Dan Watson, and obviously he is the artist, the tattooist, the entrepreneur who obviously has developed the whole idea. And I want to show you their team. Their team is very, very unique. These are individuals that understand the NFT space. These are individuals that understand the crypto space. These are people that know how to create a strategy, how to execute a strategy, and how to implement the strategy. From Dan, the creator, this individual is the mind behind all of this. You have Adam, you have Amy, you have Beth, Christian, Charlotte, Jack, Jamie, Mark, and Rachel and Sam. These are operational authorities, star interns, web gurus, content mentors, project leaders, design developer, creators, business buff, digital masters. These are individuals. This whole team has come together and created this amazing project. These are the individuals that have developed an effective strategy. You can find them on Google. You can search for them. These individuals exist in the NFT space. They exist in the crypto space, and these guys have been working non-stop to make sure that they can actually launch a project of this magnitude. Now, obviously, once you've met them, once you have seen who these people are, they also have a blog where you can find their stories, you can find what are the NFTs, you can meet the monsters, and you can see the background for it. The other and most important thing I want to mention over here is that if you want to get reliable information about this project, you have to join their Discord. When you click on the Discord, you'll go to the Discord channel. The Discord channel is very, very nice. I really, really like it. It is not huge. It is not massive. It is organic. And that is what I love about it. These are individuals that exist right now. The mint supply is 3,333. The mint date is May 7th. The public mint is going to be 0.12 Ethereum. Obviously, the white mint is going to be 0.08 Ethereum. But the most important thing you want to see over here is the fact that you get reliable information. So if you want to get information that is reliable about this project, you got to join their Discord, because Discord is a place that you get reliable information about. The other thing which is very important for you guys to find out is the fact that they're available on Twitter as well. So you go to their Twitter handle, and their Twitter has 706 followers, the For Me Monster Society. And as I scroll down, you can see the level of engagement they tend to have with the users. Now, this engagement shows the fact that these guys mean business. And if you can have a look just at the way the artist has developed these NFTs, have developed these monsters, you can just sense the amount of soul that has gone into each one of these NFTs. And that is something that you can find on their Instagram. You can go to their Instagram, they're available on Google as well. You can Google and find their Instagram as well. And you can join them on the FMS. When you go to the FMS, you'll find exactly where each of their handle is. When you go to their Instagram, they have 940 followers. You can increase that follower by 1. This is the account of Daniel James Watson, the developer, the artist, the brains behind this amazing project. This is his new account because the other one was hacked. And if you just have a look at the creativity, the artisticness that has gone into developing these particular NFTs, these designs of these monsters, the artistic approach that is taken is very, very inquisitive. And obviously, the inquisitiveness actually brings a lot of elements into developing these amazing 3D artistic NFTs into existence. And obviously, you can find them on Instagram. So I would personally mention to you guys to go check it out yourself, because seeing is believing. And obviously, once you look at it, you will understand then what creativity actually comes into each one of these NFTs. And obviously, as you can see right now, the way they're developing the idea, the way they're creating each of the NFTs, there is a link obviously to different elements that exist in the popular media. The other thing I want to mention, and the most important thing I want to mention, and the last thing I want to mention, is the fact that they're available on OpenSea as well. On OpenSea, they have 23 items, 17 owners, with a floor price of 5 Ethereum and a volume trade of 2.6. You can check them out on OpenSea. If you have any questions whatsoever, you can always drop your questions in the comment section below, or you can register over here. You can put your email address and you can get updates and obviously communicate any information that you need. You can mention and ask your question on Discord as well. So stay tuned for my next video. Until then, take care.